extra Xanax, please meet me after the meeting. $1,075. I want you to go to sleep with me after this. It's a good thing we're being introduced. Too bad I'm a comedian, you'll never get it back from me.
Rosie's been teasing me about my purse all night. This is the purse of the season. She said it's a purse and a wallet and a, what else?
It's in case you happen to sell rulers in bulk.
So anyway, welcome to fashion. Can we turn the music off? If possible? Okay, it has to turn off. Even though I like to be Mr. Armani. It came from the runway. But welcome to Fashion Night Out at George Armani. On behalf of Mr. Armani, I would like to welcome everyone. This is our way of stimulating the economy, thanks to Vogue magazine. Even though, Rosie, I don't know if you're going to be our #1 client.
Oh, yes, I'll be back. For that purse.
I'm Wanda McDaniel. I've handled celebrity relations for Mr. Armani since 1988, and I'm proud to say that one of the first persons I ever worked with was Nora FNO.
Even though I wasn't quite famous.
You're brilliant, you're beautiful, and you're still a great poster woman for Armani. And she has now written an incredible play called Love, Loss, and What I Wore. So, what a perfect place to preview it at the House of Armani. With a woman who actually started me in journalism because of a great book you wrote from all those great articles in Esquire called Crazy Salad. So those of you who love the written word, love Nora FNO, who has just also put a little movie out this summer that we all love, Julie and Julia. The whole team, Bruno LaGuardia, all of the Alessandro Valenti, George Plaza, we all joined. They joined me in saying thank you for coming out. We think we have the coolest night out here. And Rosie, you're going in our ad campaign, so just get ready for it.
It's been a lifelong dream.
I'm turning it over to you.
Hello, it's so great to be here in this store that I love on a night that's really worth doing. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're doing here, because a couple of years ago I read this book called Love, Loss, and What I Wore by Eileen Beckerman, and it's one of those little books. It's the story of one woman's life told through her clothes, her brownie uniform, her prom dress, what she wore when she met her first husband, and her second husband, and her third, actually. And it ends with the pink scarf that she bought to enliven what had become her all-black wardrobe, something we can all identify with, I'm afraid. And this book was a very odd, magical book, and I was not surprised when it became a bestseller, because I thought she had really hit on a universal way to look at not so much at fashion, but at our lives and our dreams and our mistakes and our heartbreaks, all through the filter of what we were wearing at the time. Eileen Beckerman and I have had very different lives, except for the divorces. But by the time I finished reading her book, I wanted to call her up and tell her all the things she had no interest in, like what I had been wearing. I wanted to tell her about the Betsy Johnson red shirt that the dry cleaners lost, and that is my main memory of my entire first marriage. I can tell you almost nothing about the marriage, but I think about that red shirt all the time. And there it is. I mean, the guy, I never think about that shirt fit so perfectly. Anyway, I couldn't help wishing when I read Eileen Beckerman's book that I had thought of it. Although I'm probably the sort of person who would instead write something called Love, Loss, and What I Ate. But wait, what makes her book so powerful is that our clothes are really loaded with memories of our mothers and our sisters and our friends and our fathers and our boyfriends and our husbands and our bosses and even our children. And that's just to name a few of the people that we dress for in our lives. It was interesting to me to realize when I was thinking about this that long before you are allowed to do anything on your own, you're allowed to dress yourself. You can't decide at the age of 5 what you're going to have for dinner, but you can decide what you're going to put on in the morning. And I always think that when you stand completely bewildered in your closet or in the dressing room, what you're confronting is one of life's eternal mysteries, which is this me? Would I like this to be me? Under what stretch of the imagination could this possibly be me? And who am I? Which is a pretty fundamental question. My sister Delia, who's very wise, says that 1 in 4 articles of clothing you buy is a mistake. And in here, this is one of the reasons why we like to come here, Wanda, is that the odds are much lower. But I think one of the reasons you make this mistake is that having figured out who you are, you find yourself in a dressing room and lose your mind and completely forget. I am never going to look good in yellow. I know that. No one looks good in yellow, but there is a yellow jacket in my closet, and I don't know how it got there. I don't know who I thought I was when I bought it. I don't know what was going on with the lighting in that dressing room. But clothes are a constant act of self-definition, which is one reason why we love black, because it's the perfect complement. Anyway, after I read Love, Loss, and What I Wore, I suggested to Delia that we turn it into a theatrical evening, along the lines of the vagina monologues, but without the vaginas. Women talking about their lives and their clothes and their mothers and memory, their fat years and their lean years, and what doesn't fit in the dressing room, and what our mothers told us: you look so good if you just stood up straight, lost weight, combed your hair, just tried. The nightmare of finding the perfect wedding dress. And we sent out a questionnaire to about 100 of our friends, and they came back with a lot of stories, and we turned it into a play that opens immediately, like practically in 10 days at the West Side Arts, and we have 3 casts, and the one Rosie is starting in has Tyne Daly and Samantha Bee, and and Natasha Lyonne, and later on we've got Jane Lynch, who, if you saw Julie and Julia, plays Meryl Streep's sister, the divine actress. Kristen Chenoweth is coming, Rita Wilson. So we have great actresses, so please come. And Rosie is going to do for you tonight one of the pieces in it. And I'm not going to tell you the title. She is.
And the woman who wrote it is sitting next to me.